guys, welcome to another episode of Agent Empire. And if you've been with us, you're seeing real businesses being created in real times. Thanks for joining us again. I want to show you where we're at today. It is 9:23. I had a long day at work, but you know what? We keep building. I try to cut everything out at 9:30 so I can actually get some rest at night and stay focused. So I'm going to make this real quick and short, let you see what we're building in real time, and we'll go from there. So this specific build we're on is, um, so today, or actually the past 2 days, we've been having some troubles, right? So the troubles we were having was, and it's a bunch of stuff here, so don't worry about it. I'm going to try to get to there's a lot going on. So as you can see, we found some prospects over here. This one's going to be Tyler. Tyler is our AI phone guy, sales rep, and he does our prospecting for us. You can see he does schedule Monday through Friday through Thursday, 9 to 11:30. He enrolled 9. So what was happening though, when we scroll down here, um, we had some merge tags issues. So if you're not familiar with warming up your email inboxes, that's all right, because this isn't easy. Like, you have to live in this world to understand what that even means. So since the whole idea really is to have our AI agents, remember, this is Avo. Avo is our AI native operating system. You're starting to see Claude, you're starting to see all the systems, the agent builders are starting to have the big picture, like the aha moment, like, why aren't we building a AI OSs, right? So we are just maybe a few days ahead of the curve, but because we've been building our AI OS and we call it Avo. So that being said, since we are using our agents to do our prospecting for us, we're not paying Apollo. We're not paying services. So the idea really is to, since we're pre-revenue and everything's coming out of our pocket, we want to be able to do everything at minimal cost as possible until we start closing some deals. Then we can start maybe paying for better services, but it's on us, right? So everything we're doing is on us. So for instance, you can see this one right here. We must tune Ryan's search strategy. We added Bloom API to locate an individual store's tech stack. Can you find how we can use that for Ryan's search strategy? Going back to what I was talking about, the email inboxes. So we're using a system called Instantly. Instantly can also find prospects for us. I'm not trying to get into these heavy overhead products. So the AI phone guy is built on Go High Level platform, and info at the AI phone guy.ai, that email address, it's a brand new email addresses, so it's not verified. What happens a lot of times with email addresses that aren't verified is they'll tend to not perform well. They'll go to spam emails, and you want those front and center. Like, if you're gonna work hard, you're gonna want all of this to work for you, you're definitely gonna want your email boxes warmed up. So I'm gonna look that up. Why do we need warm email boxes? Warm email boxes are essential to build sender reputation, ensuring emails land in the inbox rather than the spam folder. So that's why we want to do that. So even though Go High Level had that, has our primary email box, it didn't warm any up for us. And it does have the capability. I'm not saying it doesn't, but Instantly has the ability to do it faster. So we jump to Instantly for our workflows. But here's also an amazing thing we discovered the other day was MCPs. MCP is a way where our AIs system, like we're building this in VS Code using our VS Code using Claude Code. You can see it right there, right? Um, what that does for us is we're able to just talk to our Claude Code, and it's able to jump into instantly by using the MCP, and it's able to do work for us. And we got that set up for HubSpot. We also got that set up for Attio. So everything I'm discovering right now has an MCP. You just have to connect them, and it makes it that much more easier to create these tools to talk to. Okay. So I'm going over this one right here because what happened was Marcus and Ryan Data. So Marcus is our um this one is our Calling Digital agent. Calling Digital is our digital marketing company. We do anything you need from SEO, website, reputation management, video, anything that drives your digital presence. That's what we do. We call it Calling. Um, the digital purpose agency. Now, I've been doing that for about 20 years. We don't do that for like companies that are already established. It's really for companies that are just starting out, like people who don't have that gift of sales and marketing. We do. We understand that to get to that next level that God has called you to, you need to reach your passion, and you need to be able to do that. So we're a partner who can help out. If you have any digital marketing needs, reach out to us. And so, well, I had all of these agents on DeepSeek, and I'm going to tell you, I went to DeepSeek because it was about 80% less than the other models to use. Again, models, LLMs, they're expensive. Chinese aren't. But here's a crazy thing. So Marcus and Ryan Data, they've been dead. They were dead because DeepSeek was getting confused. So what happens is it was what the data was showing us was Tyler was the DeepSeek that Tyler was using. His parameters were regionally based, which were making easier for the agent to find prospects. And now, granted, these aren't prospects that are like knocking on our door. They're basically cold prospects. But what we're doing is we're having signals such as Tyler is going to website searches, finding who has issues with phone calls, because that's what AI receptionist is. Ryan Data, or let's go back to Marcus. Marcus is on is for your is for your digital marketing. They're looking for they're looking for companies that are having, maybe they have old websites. They need a SEM strategy. So it's looking for issues in those types. Ryan Data is our automotive consulting AI company. We had a switch between DeepSeek for these two, and we moved to Gemini 2.5 Flash. Apparently, Claude Code told us that it was less expensive to use, so we did that, right? So we made the switch, and check it out. Ryan Data already found four, one created, Sampac Auto Group, Dallas, Texas, three were dupes. Cool. So I just wanted to show you sometimes just by switching your LLM, you can have better opportunities. DeepSeek was only lasting 2.7 seconds in searching, and it was running into itself basically. So that's pretty cool. What we also added today was a Bloomberry API. So Bloomberry, there's tech tools out there that can analyze a website and determine what that website uses. And there's another tool called Built With. Built With, same strategy, checks what tech stacks are available. So what I did over here was I looked up, here's our Bloomberry. So when we installed Bloomberry, this one's pretty cool. You might like this, maybe not. So I said, can we look up prospects that may be looking for an AI tech based off their tech stack? I found API documentation using Bloomberry, and this is a solid find. Bloomberry's Tech Stack API lets you pass a company's domain and get back every technology vendor that company uses. Filterable by category. Here's what we can do with this. The play for your pipeline. Take your existing prospect list, dealership, law firms, hit the API with each domain to see their current tech stack. Filter for companies that are already either using already using AI tools, not using AI tools. Signals are open to AI adoption, gap, opportunity for you to sell into. So that's pretty cool, right? It asks, do you have a Bloomberry API key already? And yes, I registered for it already. So this one's saying 130 dealership from Ryan's pipeline would be a natural starting point. We can focus on those. What's the angle? You're looking for companies that already use AI, warm to the idea, or companies with no AI in their stack. So um, I'll get an API key. I'll load it in Railway, redeployed with the API key. So it started to go to work for us. And it wires in the tool for enrichment. So this is what we call enrichment. If you're new to this, when you enrich a lead, it's adding information to it, to enriching it, to boil it down and make sure it's a great lead for you, right? You don't want to bother. It's crazy. I get so many emails nowadays that have nothing to do with me, but marketers are trying everything and anything, and it's ridiculous, actually. So I don't want to come off like that. I want to come off as a sharp individual that we know what we're doing, because we're trying the best, right? So you get to learn with us on that. Um, there's an AI keyword list, AI artificial. So what I said is I'd like you to perform auto retail dealership tech stacks that would most likely fit our profiles needed to make a solid hit. So that's what it did, right? So it found ways to pull up information. There's detection categories for a dealership stack. So remember, this is just for automotive intelligence. We also have calling digital. We also have the AI phone guy. We're not using this for those yet. To be honest, I think this is like $400 a month. They give us 200 credits to use. So I'm going to use these very sparingly to hopefully land at least some opportunities. I just want to have a phone call, show you guys and gals, hey, this works. Looks, how do you do this? I mean, if I could close a deal, then boom, yeah, we'll pay for this because it works, right? But you can see right here, running CDK, paying for leads from cars.com, Auto Trader. So what it did was it found some really big auto groups, and I had to tell the tool, like, hold on, big auto groups, they also have since I'm in the business, like you can see Sonic Automotive, Lithium Motors, it found different tech stacks they're using. AutoNation's using Huggy Face, which is a huge AI I don't even know what to call it. Look it up. But huge in AI. I went to AI conference. They were there. Let's put it that way, right? Uh, so I did say, but each of these auto groups has dealership stores down to the city level, and each of the dealership city stores is allowed to have its own stacks. They're not all corporate dictated. They can be run by the GM individually or the dealer operator or principal, which makes what we do an open field if researched correctly, right? That's a huge insight. Corporate domain might show Hugging Face, but the individual store running could be CDK plus Podium with zero AI. Each rooftop is its own prospect. So you can see how effective that was right here. So it works. Good session. Bloomberry is wired up. Scoring is tuned for dealership rooftops. Ryan knows to go store level. And your 200 credits are protected with the daily cap. First enriched prospects hit tonight at 12:34 a.m. because what I did was I just set it a simple we only have 200 API credits of Bloomberry. I like to get one call out of this so we can start paying. It's like 200 a month or something like that. So smart 200 credits, 3 prospects, 7 runs. Well, it was doing all of the companies, but I honed it down. I says, no, this will only be used for Ryan. He's the only one using this API. So we wired Ryan specifically for this. So they set that up. So that's another idea. Now, let me throw another one at you over here. This one is locate marketing skills repository conversation. Now, just being real, it lost its conversation. I don't know where it went, but man, I went deep yesterday with it. And I went so deep with it. And this one's like, I don't have any record of conversation skills, what you did, right? So I was able to find in my Claude desktop. Let me see if I can share this with you. I jumped into my Claude desktop and it found, let's see, let's share. I'm going to stop this. Oh, I guess I could hit share something else. I'll get good at using these tools one day for y'all. But so I'm going to jump to Claude real quick. Hopefully it's not on the wrong issue. Okay, so over here we went to projects. You can see we have tons of stuff, right? Avo. Actually, I'm gonna stop real fast so I could locate it. Let's see. We went for that. Marketing workflows, maybe is what it was. Nope. Too many things going on. Wait, here we go. All right, I'm gonna show this to you because I want you to show how I messed this up somehow, right? So let's go back to this. All right, let's share this screen. All right, we're gonna jump over here. Okay, so what's up next, Sales Droid? I love how it calls me Sales Droid. So this one is desktop. So you have your regular chat, you have Claude Cowork, and you have Claude Code, right? Wow, I've done quite a bit, right? It keeps track of all your stuff. Peak hour 4 p.m. favorite model Opus 4. Cool. So over here, I have this marketing skill repo opened up and you can see, right? Like I did all this work. I started this driving. I think I may have told you I do the majority of my work when I'm driving. And let's see what it has here. Look at that. I mean, that's a GitHub repository right here. Can you connect each of my 3 companies' marketing personnel and audit our businesses for improvement? So I was driving home and I'm trying to do audits, right? And as you can see, we jumped in here and it did so much work for us, And we need to update our GHL pipeline not to send SMS anymore for warnings. Please deploy to railway. One I wanted to show you was we're AI native revenue minded businesses. If not, I need you to start building us that way now. So sometimes it'll go off the rails and go a different direction. And so I show you this, right? Because you can see basically work after work after work after work. I mean, it's going into all of our keys. It's going into everything that we're building. But the part I wanted you to see was that, and then since we lost it. So I went back over here and what I did was I just copied that whole thing and I threw it in here and I said, can you do anything with this data? Oh man, I wish it did a lot, right? Because it created all of these campaigns that were amazing. And so here we are at now. Here's what I wanted to show you. So I'm jumping from sales and now we're in marketing, right? Because I want these systems to all work together like a real company. I'm trying to get them to orchestrate. Like we always talk about making AI automated, not just reactive, but yes, automated is reactive, yes, but not just where you're putting a prompt and it says something, but where A triggers B, triggers C, and everything just moves around, right? So that's where I'm trying to get this system. Your marketing's creating content, landing pages, social posts, search engine optimization posts, search engine marketing. Let's pay for some money. It's causing triggers over here in our sales system. So that's where I wanted to show you these types of things, right? So You can see it working through these. So what this did was, let's go, right? So what it can you read anything out of this? Superpowers brainstorming. So this is a new tool given to us. I think Claude Code gave that to us. So superpowers, it's a new way that Claude Code looks through your whole system. It just doesn't do things automatically. I run all of this like a F1 racing team, precise to win. And superpowers is starting to help us. So using brainstorming to confirm approach, but the audit is the spec here. So I'll move fast. Marketing audit already defines every deliverable in detail. Here's the execution plan. Phase one, write the 5P0 asset files parallel. And then AI phone guide. So these are your AI phone guide, missed call calculator, which is a lead magnet, AI phone guide lead magnet, demo nurture, 5 emails, post demo, no close nurture, calling digital content repurposing system, automotive intelligence, Ryan data code email sequence, phase two, deploy platforms. So I wanted to show you that because it created these, and you can see it's writing these up for us, right? But down at the very bottom, I said, I mean, it's still working right there. So over here, I left work and I was doing like a few things. And when I got back to my desk here tonight, I asked it, as I would ask me this question. I have another session verifying merge tags for instantly and DHL since they may be different. So what was happening was the messages were looking a little off. So we decided to kill GHL, go high level altogether, and just have the sequences running out of instantly so it's not confusing and the emails don't look bad. So I tell the system F1 pit leader decision. I let it make its decision because I'm selling cars. I got work to do. I got customers work. I actually worked 5 deals today, lost 2, 3 are still going, or one actually is committed to come pick up their vehicle Monday. I have 2 more working, one's in McAllen and one's in Arkansas. So I'm selling cars doing this. Merge tags are verified. We also wired in a RevOps agent to score our attempts. So another thing I wanted to implement was RevOps, right? When the prospects are coming into the funnel, I want RevOps to score all of our prospects. Um, if the prospects are clicking on emails, add tags, let's use some analytics behind this. Let's really drive this to precision, right? RevOps scoring agent live. We wired them in. The system wanted me to know what the scoring level looks like. Let me see. Dashboard P1 to 3, replied or booked. You're on the poll. Points finished. Multiple opens engaged but hasn't acted. Bounce or unsubscribed. No opens after 2 going cold, right? And those are F1 terms. F1 scoring for email outreach. That's on brand. Let me update the memory. Let's look at the marketing sequences you created. How do I use them effectively? Let me pull everything up. So here's those marketing sequences, right? Missed call calculator. I wanted to open these up so you can see what these look like. Business, Zoe, content, Tyler, distribution, interactive web tool captures emails, concept, interactive calculator shows business owner exactly how much revenue they're losing of missed calls every month. They answer 4 simple questions, get an instant preview, then enter their email for full breakdown, comparison. So that's all good stuff, right? Automotive intelligence, calling digital. We got a few things, cold email sequences, content repurposing system, RevOps scoring layer. Looking at engine one okay, it's asked me some questions. What to do right now? So Ryan data 2-0, it's live. Watch RevOps scores. Okay. Um, AI phone guy sequences, finalize email platform. So it gave us a response. I says, how do we get our agents to build this for us, right? We're busy. We are building, building, building. We want to work on the business, not in the business. That's what our AI agents do. They do the heavy lifting, the manual work stuff so we can close, sell. that say sell, and how do we get them to build this for us? I'm the agent that builds things. Zoe writes content, Tyler does outreach, Sophia does social, but when it comes to actually building, that's my lane. Here's what I need before I start, right? So I answered the questions: superpowers, brainstorming, update to-dos. I need to understand the tech stack deployment. I mean, it's doing it all for us. So good context. Your stack is fast API on Railway with React Byte for Pitwall dashboard. Plus that there's already a GHL webhook input and a Hey Dealership landing page pattern I can follow. Some of what we're working might be easier if I can show you. I can put together mockups, diagrams. This feature is still new and can be tokens. Want to try, requires opening a local. You know what? Let's make this fun. Let's see what this looks like in real time. It is 9:50. It is 20 minutes past my bedtime. All right, let's see what this looks like. Waiting for the agent to push a screen. Oh, wait, I think it's okay. So let's do this together. All right, so number one, I'll share this with you, but it's not anything. I guess I can't. Yeah, I can. Let's go to you. Is it sharing that? There you go. Killed out of it. All right. Maybe I'll get smart and do that. Right click, new split. Right click, new split. You can kind of see it. It's brainstorm companion. All right. I'm going to shut that down because I'm just not good at that then. Oh, wait, there it is. Bad. All right. So that's what that looks like. So I'm going to come back over to my code. Let's see. Where should the new calculator leads land? If the calculator leads land in instantly, I'm going to suggest, since we have our workflows centered in that system, if the calculator leads set a demo right away, maybe they can go high level. B, leads get created as a GHL contact, no workflow, no storage, just separately campaigns. Both. GHL for CRM. Tyler can see them instantly for belt and suspenders. Actually, let's roll with C. So let's see what this does for us. Sorry if this is giving you too much stuff. Let's see what it does. Good call. See, it is. Instantly for nurture emails, GHL for CRM. So Tyler has eyes on every lead. If someone books a demo straight from the calculator, they land in GHL pipeline. Next question. This one's visual. Let me show you the hosting approach options in the browser. Boom. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. All right. Standalone. Where should the calculator live? So I was thinking of doing a Vercel app, mainly because I've never done one, and Vercel seems to be getting a lot of traction. Ooh, I like this Vercel front end and paperclip API. All right, so we got pros and cons. Stunning landing page with full design control, reuses existing integration front end. Two systems to coordinate, need a new API endpoint on paperclip for calculator submissions. A pure separate repo project to maintain, need to wire up API route to GHL and instantly. I'm thinking I want the best of both worlds on the rail. Let's do C. Let's see what happens. Option C, Vercel front end plus paperclip API, good choice. Beautiful landing page that leverages the GHL and instantly integrations you already have. Let me show you the visual style direction in the browser. Churning. I wish I could show you both of these things at the same time. Boom. Visual style for the calculator. Dark and dashboard feel. What do you think? What do you think, service-based business owners? Look, my recommendation, option C. Your audience is skeptical, small business owner. Option A screams, I'm selling you something. Option B is safe but forgettable. I was thinking of C anyway. Let's go with option C. All righty. I just told the system option C. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? So this is in real time. We're building it in real time with you watching this. Our dashboard, that's going to look sharp. I've got enough to lock in the approach. Let me move to proposing the full architecture. We already made the key decision through questions. So let me consolidate the full design, pushing it to browser now. Wow. How is this for real-time creativeness? Such a door. Uh-oh. All right. What is that? User flow, architecture, hero. email gate. When someone submits their email, it calls up new post submit endpoint, 4-screen user flow. Oh, you can't really see this. Screen 1, how much revenue are you losing? Subhead. Screen 2, calculator 4 questions, one at a time. Business type, calls per week. Slider. Missed rate percentage. Slider. Preview gate, show the big number. You're missing X calls per month. Full report. Key decisions locked in. Hosting. We already did those. Requires body, first name, actions. Okay. So it's asking if the design looks right, or do we want to change anything before I write up the spec? We're going to shut down now and we're going to continue this soon. I'm probably going to show you the end result. Hopefully this is recording right also, so you have a full idea of what we're doing. At the end of the day, let's make some money. Let's drive some revenue. This is all God built. Be blessed and have a good night.